My name is Frederick Solomon Perls, but I go by Fritz Perls, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about who I really was. I was born in Germany in 1893, and I was a very, very bright little boy. After high school, I decided to study medicine, and my family started itching about a left and a right because they wanted me to be a lawyer. So I had to sit them down one day and I said, "Look, I am not in this world to live up to your expectations, and you are not in this world to live up to my expectations. I am I, and you are you. If we happen to find each other, that's just peachy, but if not, there's really nothing you could do about it. That's just it." But that ended up actually becoming my philosophy. So I studied medicine, but I had to interrupt my studies because I joined the German army during World War One, and life in the trenches was agony. But I also worked with the soldiers who had had brain injuries. After the army, I finished my studies, and I still couldn't seem to find sense in the relationship between the mind and the body. Anyhow, in the meantime, I got married. I married Laura Posner, and we had two children, Stephen and Renate. And after a few years, in 1933, being that I was of Jewish descent, my family and I had to flee Germany because of that Hitler who just seemed to raise hell everywhere he went. So we moved to South Africa. And there I continued to teach the gospel of Freud because I was still very loyal to him and his ideas and theories. But then one day in 1936, after a Freudian conference, it just hit me. Oral resistances rejected. Resistances are always anal. That's just resentful. I was in a confusion, but at the center, sureness was born. So, finally, Jan Smuts had the answer. Ecology. The organism as a whole embedded in its environment. That is the unit. Catharsis is in the gestalt. It's in the whole, not in the subconscious. It's right there on the surface. The neurotic is a person who is blind to the obvious. So I developed Gestalt therapy, and the basic principle of Gestalt therapy were derived from Gestalt psychology, but they don't want to have anything to do with me, so they're lost. And with Gestalt therapy, I want to point out that behavior is so much more than the sum of its parts, and that people do not have emotions. They are feelings, they are sensations, and together these work and give rise to the person as a whole. Another intrinsic aspect of Gestalt therapy is the individual's experience in the present moment, in the now. How are you feeling right now? What is happening right now? When thinking about those past unpleasant experiences, what feelings arise? What sensations and thoughts get stirred up? What is your body telling you? What is it communicating? By understanding this, the individual can see more clearly the connection between the emotional self and the physical self. And this leads to a greater sense of responsibility and a greater sense of confidence. When concluding, Gestalt therapy has the goal of increasing self-awareness and to work towards integration of the person into a systemic whole. Thank you.